Hey guys, it's Mr. Zimmerman this morning, and today we're going to look at logarithms and actually get an idea of what that inverse operation we're trying to find is all about today. Let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? So we're talking about an exponential function where we have a number raised to the x power. And I want you to know b means base, because any exponent always has a base, which is the big number, raised to a tiny number, which is the exponent. And essentially what I'm trying to figure out is I want the inverse. And last time we were talking about certain ways of getting y by itself after I switched the x and the y, and I couldn't come up with one. So we're going to have to make it up. So I want my answer, my exponent, x, to be equal to, and I'm going to just tell you, it's going to be equal to the log of the base to y. Now, you have to remember, this is just a generic function. In order to actually extrapolate a little meaning from it, I'm going to go ahead and replace it with numbers. I'm going to use the example from below to kind of illustrate why the heck this is useful. And what the heck is up with a log? So, if I go ahead and replace everything in the same spot, I know that y goes here. I know that b, my base, is the base of the log, and my input, or my exponent, is all by itself. What this is essentially saying is that my exponent is equal to log of 3 of the number 9. And I can see everything is consistent. I put the base where it belongs. The base of the exponent is that like subscript, and then here 9, my output, goes inside. And essentially what this is saying is the log of base 3, it's asking you how many times does 3 go into 9? Well, I know that 9 divided by 3 turns into to be 3. And then I know that 3 divided by 3 is 1. So how many 3's make up 9? 2. And that's why the answer is simply going to be 2. So what this is doing, this log, don't worry about the word, that is just essentially what we've used to describe this operation. All it does is it takes the answer, so 9, and it's going to tell me how many times my base can go into it. We're going to go ahead and look at this more in the future, but I really want you to understand that this is a skill you will need to be proficient at. You're going to have very good autopilot and be able to jump between forms. And that jump is going to be made easier if you understand why this equation is doing what it's doing. Notice in the first part, y equals b to the x. I have an exponential function with my input in the exponent. This is the inverse of that function. It's where x and y are switched. And I have something that if I know my answer, I can get what I started with. That's it for now. Next time we're going to do a bunch of practice jumping between forms, but I just wanted to take an opportunity to show you what log really is meaning. Basically, it's just a function that is going to manipulate it so that if I give it my answer, it will give me the original, the starting value. That's it for